Hello, so welcome back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Ciaphas Cain here, my Jedi Knight, on the world of Taris. We are here at Morn Outpost, and just newly arrived and having dealt with a research lab that was studying the rat ghouls themselves, and somehow enhancing them. I don't know why the Republic was doing that, but certain project leads probably have great ideas which don't really mix with reality very well, no doubt. But we need to get ourselves over to a location known as Transport Station 5 to track down and rescue Dr. Gadera. Before we do that though, there are a few individuals here at this outpost who would like to have a word. First things first, let's check our mail. Ah, this is the private we met at Olara Spaceport with the Rowe family. Word spread that you favored the non-humans, and angry messages poured in from across the Republic. But we also had a reporter in the other day, and people are starting to discuss it in the street. Not pushing and shoving discussions, but real, actual talks. Okay. People are starting to realize what happened in the last decade or so, prior to the Tarisian bombardment. Good. Good to hear.
Stand by for examination and suggested products. You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Oh, excuse me. Something in the air. Spores, I think. Name's Wintag. I'm working on the Republic Tarisian archival database. We call it RepTad. I'm assigned to explore the old city myself, but I'm not handling the change of atmospheres very well. I don't suppose you'd be up for a little job exploring the ruins? We're well funded, so I can pay you for your trouble.
Can you explain that?
I'm talking about finding the archive set up by Taris's own government to preserve their knowledge and culture in the event of disaster. I've been working on this for years, and I believe I've finally pinpointed the location of their archive.
Then what do you need from me?
I've tried to approach the location before, but it is positively overrun with rat ghouls. I couldn't get close. If you could get past them, let my assistant know how to arrange retrieval. Her constitution is stronger than mine.
I see. We could certainly look into that.
Have you found archives yet?
No, not yet.
Would you like a chance to be part of one of the great mysteries of the Republic's past? We have irrefutable proof that Revan once sheltered here, soon after returning to the Republic from the Sith. There are many tales of how Revan rescued Bastila Shan and changed galactic history, but there were smaller lives touched as well.
You're talking like these are people I should know about.
Revan, the great Jedi General of the Mandalorian Wars, who turned to the dark side but was brought back to the light by Master Bastila Shan? Shameful. This is why the galaxy needs research like mine, to bring history to life for its people. 300 years ago, the outcasts of Taris lived deep below the city, where the rock ghoul plague originated. Revan's journals record bringing them a cure for the plague and leading them to the secure colony called the Promised Land, yet we don't know if they survived.
This place is a toxic wasteland. There's no way anyone survived.
Then what killed them? And what might that teach us about Taris? If you are braving the wilderness anyway, keep your eyes open. My assistant is coordinating excavations. Anything you find, bring to him. Perhaps these promised ones left some record, something to talk to us across the ages.
So Revan seemingly was here on Taris, which he was, brought a cure to the people of the Undercity, which I think you can do. Or at least you can find a cure. Not to give too many spoilers away, by the way. But leading people to the promised land, that's a bit of a stretch. But yeah, this Hacking Burge believes there may be some holo recordings or some form of information left behind for people to find and discover what happened after the bombardment. Cut our way through the racdules once again. I need to activate another experience booster. Oh, got ourselves stuck there for a moment. Here is the entrance to Transport Station 5. I believe there's a staged bonus mission down here. Yeah, stage 1 to deal with 12 of the infected racdules. So, map. Okay. We believe Watcher 1 and Dr. Gadera are here. We have the Tarisian Archive. Stage 2 is to defeat 4 strong and elite infected racdules. Like this might be the first cairn. Yeah, there's something in this rock here.
We are saved. An Upworlder has restored to us the work of my grandfathers. At last, we have a place to escape this oppressive city and the laws that keep us beneath it. A place where we can breathe.
It sounded all good until that explosion near the end. there's the second stage of the bonus mission complete as well. Right, they want us to head back towards the Tarisian archive for the final stage of the bonus mission. Keep that in mind. More people infected with the Rakghoul plague.
This will be no secret to anyone listening, but Taris has been attacked. The upper and lower city were destroyed. We have found the Promised Land, but have nowhere to return to. If only we had arrived sooner. The Promised Land is the original Taris colony site. It was sheltered from the direct bombardment, but the quakes have destroyed every building and generator left. We must start again from scratch, but at least we have survived. The Rakghouls are still feeding on the dead, but when the meat is gone, they will begin to hunt.
That's not a good sign. I don't think these Cairns are going to give us a very happy history. Seems like the settlers, these promised ones, oh, you have a Cairns here. Yeah, they were basically sent back to the Dark Ages. A lot of their technology was damaged.
We mourn today for Rukel, who brought us out of the Undercity and into the Promised Land. We have sent scouts throughout Taris and can find no other survivors. They cast us out and barred their doors to us. But now we bury our dead in the ashes of their skyscrapers. As Rukel told us, it is not an easy life. Our children will grow up in a world of spears and bows, not blasters and starships. It is my burden to preserve our memories. Once we were outcasts. Once we were the promised ones. Now we are Taris.
Okay, so this Baral took over from Rukiel as the law keeper. To try and preserve the memories of what was lost. You have a Datacron in this section. You can just see it in the distance there, glowing. Actually a rather easy one to get to. Nice simple jumping puzzle.
Are breeding back in the Undercity. They reproduced only by infecting us. But now, there are more every day. We lose people to them, a few every year, but only as meat. The serum the Upworlder brought us has held true. We do not sicken, but now the serum is gone. We have had 4 infants born who could not be immunized. All boys. We will not be able to protect them forever. We need our full strength to defend the tribe. Maybe the immunity was inherited. Maybe we do not need to worry that a bite, a scratch, will turn our children against us. Maybe I do not need to fear for my son.
Oh dear. They've ran out of that serum the doctor created. Yeah, we have a law object on the Promised Ones. We'll keep that for the moment. There is another cairn next to the Tarisian archives. A lot of backtracking in the transport station. It's my one complaint about Taris. There is quite a bit of backtracking here and there. But I suppose the power of Cloak allows us to bypass a lot of these fights. Before we look into the 5th cairn, why don't we access the Tarisian archive? So we believe the former government of Taris sealed away things for future generations to discover if Taris was ever to be rebuilt. Hello there.
This is a restricted area. There have been no security breaches for the past 111,325 days. Please show your credentials to enter.
Have you been guarding this place for 300 years?
That is correct. My programming appears to contain a contradiction. I'm instructed only to open this door to a member of the Tarisian government. But when the archive was brought online, all members of the ruling government were contained within. I have received no information on their successors.
What do you mean they were contained within?
I am not authorized to reveal the workings of the archive to anyone but a representative of the Galactic Republic. Is that you?
I am a member of the Jedi Order and Galactic Republic.
Excellent. Welcome to the Taris Archive.
That's a lot of people frozen.
This is the ruling government of Taris, as last appointed. plus representatives of every major science and industry. Their final wish was to be thawed when Taris was once more in the hands of the Republic. Here is data on all those contained within.
I can assure you, I will not fail.
My programming instructions end here.
So, the ruling government chose to freeze themselves. I wonder if part of this government was also one of those who decided to basically help with those laws against non-humans. The ones that help push the anti-alien sentiment. Interestingly enough, when you come here as a player of the Empire, this is actually a heroic mission, where you need to plant bombs to blow up the Tarisian archive, and QM35, I believe, is the final boss of the heroic. No. Oh well. Ah, tough and tainted meat, lovely. Claws. Lovely what we're gathering from the beings we're killing right now.
I am Kuki, 14th Keeper of Memories after Rukil. We now number 53 adults and 21 children. We lost 4 abled bodies and 2 child bearers to the Rakghoul virus this year. Our records say there used to be a cure. We have lost so much. Tomorrow, we leave to search for higher ground. Plants are growing. Nature has reclaimed what once belonged to men. Nature is cruel. 2 of every 3 of our babies die to sickness and hunger. If we are to live, we must rebuild our walls.
The 14th Keeper after Rukil. You gotta think this is over a period of 300 years as well. It's likely that the Promised Ones did not exactly have the longest of lifespans, unfortunately. Especially with the dangers of the Rakghouls and just living such a harsh life here. And unfortunately, there were other elements which made living here extremely difficult, as we're about to discover.
We forgot. I am the memory. I have Rukil's descriptions. I know there was a city once. I know a city is many houses, many people. I am the only one. Now, there is just us. We have stopped having children. The old records say it is from toxic radiation. We once called this the Promised Land. It was a lie. It is our grave.
Yeah, there must have been a radiation leak. All those toxins coming into the soil and or into the water, or just in the atmosphere itself, but the Promised Ones shouldn't have been here. But they weren't to know. But we have the history. monstrous raccoon. Claim its fangs. And we can turn those in. There's only one thing left to do now here in Transport Station 5. That's to go find Watcher 1 and Dr. Gadera. Unfortunately, with our distractions, no doubt Watcher 1's being able to extract the information he was after. Oh, looks like someone's cleared the way. Put one of them to sleep. Okay. Yeah, the Imperials have another. Or have their own hidden base here. And they know we're coming, of course. Oh, nice. We can activate our shield without breaking stealth. Nice. Okay, that's really good.
Lord Angral, my interrogation is complete. Transmitting my report to you now.
Your efficiency will be noted. Take Dr. Godera to Droman Kaas. I have plans for him.
You never mentioned you were working for Angral.
What is this? Explain yourself, Watcher.
To ensure mission success, I compromised with the Jedi. He's here for the Doctor.
You compromised? With the Jedi vermin who killed my son? Perhaps I should be grateful. You spared me the effort of hunting you down.
Stop throwing your lackeys at me. If you want to end this, do it in person.
Watcher, bring me this filth alive. I will kill him myself.
Respectfully, my lord. I'm duty-bound to honor our bargain.
Don't trifle with me. I want that Jedi.
Very well, Lord Angral. I apologize for reneging on our deal, but I have orders. You understand? I recommend you surrender.
Give me Dr. Gadera. Walk away while you still can.
We seem to be at an impasse. This is not the ending I would have chosen.
God damn it. He poisoned me with his last act. God Damn it.
Again, Darth Angral underestimates you. 20 years. I've avoided becoming a casualty of Sith madness. But an order is an order.
Obligations are what shape our lives.
We're not so different. For some reason, that's a comfort. Regardless, you are the victor here. How do you wish to proceed?
I'll hand you over to the Republic military. You'll be a prisoner of war.
My loyalties forbid that, but you've been a worthy adversary. I won't ask you to tarnish yourself by killing me. Farewell, Jedi.
He poisoned me, then poisoned himself. Well, it goes to prove as well that Darth Angral was really, or has really not been a rogue element to the Empire, if Imperial intelligence are working alongside him, in some capacity at least.
Dr. Gadera, are you all right? I'm a Jedi Knight sent by General SWTOR to rescue you.
SWTOR? That old man never gives up, does he? The Imperials gave me a Class 4 truth serum. Don't remember the interrogation, but I fear they learned too much. I suppose you plan to take me back to Coruscant? I left for good reason, you know.
I'd like to hear it.
The Republic doomed itself when we signed that blasted treaty. The Sith Empire only sought a strategic pause in the fighting. Time to gather strength for a final crushing blow. The Senate ignored my projections. I refused to serve such monumental ignorance.
A government founded on freedom of choice is going to make mistakes, but it can also correct them.
I hope the fools who were in power when I left have been voted out of office. If it hasn't started already, all-out war is imminent. I'm ready to face what's coming. Perhaps it is time I returned. Finish the war and wipe out the Empire for good.
Okay. So we have a codex entry on Dr. Godera. Oh yeah, we had that law on the Promised Ones, didn't we? We paused it a moment. Yeah. The descendants of a small group of outcasts who fled the Undercity of Taris for a self-sustaining underground colony known as the Promised Land. There they escaped a bombardment that decimated the surface of the planet and survived for many generations. As the centuries passed, however, the small tribe slowly lost members to rat ghouls, starvation, and radiation poisoning, until they eventually died out completely. As a legacy, they left behind a series of hollow recordings documenting their brave struggle. Let's head back to Morn Outpost, I believe. Oh, I see. They've moved things around again, haven't they? Yeah. You used to have to tell... I was going to say the NPCs. That doesn't sound very nice. We were meant to tell individuals back at Olaris about the Tarisian archive and, of course, yeah, the history of the Promised Ones. But they've moved. I knew they had moved some of the quest givers. but I thought they'd moved them back to Morn Outpost. Oh, we're making a lot of friends. Gotta be careful while on a speeder. If your friends have ranged weapons, they can shoot you off your mount, which stuns you for a few seconds. It's horribly embarrassing and somewhat frustrating at the same time.
Stand by for examination and suggested products. You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
I was told you might be coming. Was there anything in the archive?
Apparently, the ancient Tarisian government thought the most important thing to preserve was themselves.
Themselves? What do you mean literally? That's amazing. All this time we've been working from old recordings and the occasional droid, when the key to the whole planet's history is right here.
You are welcome. And now, I think everyone else, is back at Olaris. So you have to remember that codex entry on Dr. Godera, but we'll have a look at that once we're back on board the Defender. Let's hand over the monstrous Rakghoul fangs. Something new we can learn?
Using a lightsaber is just as much science as art.
Oh, okay.
We can spar anytime.
Excellent. Picked up the third rank of speeder piloting, so we can move a little bit faster now.
Your supervisor sent me. I found out what happened to your promised ones. There's no happy ending.
I knew they couldn't have disappeared without a trace. Give me what you found. Let us learn the history of this doomed planet so we don't repeat it.
And we need to meet Dr. Gadera at our ship, which means, I guess, we're heading over to the Jedi Knight hangar within the spaceport itself. Hopefully there's no more surprises.
I told you, Agent. This Jedi never fails.
My team came to assist you. We discovered the outpost was destroyed and assumed the worst. Can you tell us what happened? We have unconfirmed reports the Imperial Spymaster Watcher 1 is on Taris.
The Spymaster was working for Darth Angral. I dealt with Watcher 1, but the Empire knows too much about us.
The Empire's spy network will suffer without Watcher 1's guidance. That buys us time.
Dr. Godera, you're looking well, all things considered. Ready to come home?
Depends. Are you ready to do what's right?
I always was, and our time has finally come. Agent, bring Dr. Godera to Coruscant immediately. We'll be needing his skills. Contact me from your ship. Our SWTOR out.
Then this is goodbye. You saved my life. I owe you.
Help us defeat the Empire, we'll call it even.
Rest assured, I've invented plenty of new ways to eradicate that plague. Goodbye for now. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
I'm sure we will, Doctor. Okay. So Dr. Gadera is being escorted by, I guess, an SIS agent. Hopefully not a plant sent here by the Empire. But that's probably my paranoia kicking in once again. I wasn't quite ready to leave Taris, but obviously the cinematic always plays once you board your vessel.
Every time I see you return from a mission, I thank the Maker I wasn't designed for combat.
General, Dr. Godera is on his way to you.
I can only imagine what the Empire would have done with him if you hadn't been there. I'm also told you saved a Republic settlement from a Sith assassin. Those colonists were lucky you showed up. How did you wind up there anyway?
The Imperial Spy Master warned me what the Sith was planning.
Division in the enemy ranks? Interesting. Let's hope there's more to come. Your work here may be done, but this isn't over.
Okay. Now, normally this would be where your time on Taris would have come to an end. But we are actually going to go back down to the planet and have a look at the bonus series, as I believe, and let me double check, after you finish your main class quest on the planet. Yeah, sure, why not? I have no idea what the Tarisian bonus series is all about, but we might as well take a look. I have never looked at the bonus series, so it'll be interesting, to say the least. Oh, bloody hell. Far too many companion gifts. Far too many. Right, so store these items away. Yeah, I could probably do this in my own time, but it doesn't take us too long. Might as well have a quick look at the full set of Tarisian armor. Not bad. I don't like, again, unlike maybe playing as a sage or like a consular where you may want to forego armor and pursue a path of diplomacy first, I always prefer as a Jedi Knight to have some armor between us and our opponents. I think we have some other valor items hiding somewhere. Oh, I've got, well, yeah, I've got a token of valor here. Okay. What we'll do is we'll get ourselves over to the bridge. That's where we'll take a break. But when we come back, we're going to get ourselves back down to the planet's surface, and we'll see what the bonus mission is all about. Thank you once again for joining me here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.